डेवलपमेंट. ओके, दूसरा एग्जाम्पल डेवलपमेंट का, सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. ओके, एनीबडी, यू हैव अ कार विद यू. यस, हम सबके पास एक बेसिक कार है. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई हैव अ वैगनर और आई हैव लेट्स से सेलेरियो विद मी. I start working hard, I work better, God's been very kind, I start getting good money, things turn better. Car say, from this scenario, I buy a Honda City. What increased? My standard of living increased. ठीक है, क्या बेसिक नेसेसिटी कार मेरे पास पहले भी थी? ऑफ कोर्स आई हैड अ कार बिफोर एज वेल. नाउ आल्सो डू आई हैव अ कार? यस, बट नाउ डू आई हैव अ लग्जरियस कार? Yes, this is development. Having a Honda City is development, that is luxury. But having a basic four-wheeler, having a basic car with basic amenities in that, that is my not a luxury, but that is my need. Shah Rukh Khan purchasing, let's say, Bugatti Veyron, that is his luxury. But tomorrow, if I purchase a Celerio, that is not my luxury, that is going to be my need. Did you understand this, everybody? That's it. So this is about the second example for development and growth. Let's understand this thing. The idea of development or progress has always been with us. We have aspirations or desires about what we would like to do and how we would like to live. Similarly, we have ideas about what a country should be like. What are the essential things that we all require? Can life be better for all? How should people live together? Can there be more equality? Development involves thinking about these questions and about the ways in which we can work towards achieving these goals. कल अगर मैं नॉर्मल टी शर्ट पहनता था और आज अगर मैं सोचता हूँ कि मुझे टी शर्ट नहीं, मुझे नाइकी का ही टी शर्ट पहनना है, मुझे लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल लुई विटॉ का ही जैकेट, लेदर जैकेट पहनना है. लेट्स से टुमारो थिंक अबाउट नो, आई वांट ओनली अ रिबॉक स्पोर्ट्स एक्सेसरीज. That is going to be my development. तो नीचे से मैं धीरे धीरे कैसे ऊपर सोचता रहता हूँ. How I think of living and increasing my standard of living, that is called as development. Okay, now coming back to the next thing today is about what development promises different people, different goals. What development promises different people, different goals. जाहिर सी बात है. Let's take a good example. Different people, different goals. हम इसके बारे में देख रहे हैं. Please don't forget this part. Different people, different goals. Let's say. Different people, different goals. एक example लेते हैं इसमें. Okay, that's first. What am I going to do in this over here now? Okay, इसमें आपको दिखाने वाला हूं how each and every person differs in his own thinking and every person differs in his own income as well. ठीक है, let's say for example there is one person, मिस्टर साइको. क्या नाम है? मिस्टर साइको. मिस्टर साइको का मंथली इनकम है 10,000 पर मंथ. ओके, दैट इज हिज मंथली इनकम. नाउ अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, कैन मिस्टर साइको अफोर्ड अ शर्ट फॉर हिज चाइल्ड or let's say for example a sari for his wife worth rupees 5,000, worth rupees 8,000, worth rupees 9,000 every month? That is really not possible. Why? Because every person's expense are decided on his income. Clear everybody? And as they are decided on their income, obviously जैसा income है वैसे expenses होंगे, and income defines their BSI. What is the meaning of BSI, my dear friends? BSI का मतलब है basic standard of living. Clear everybody? That's it. Now we'll take another example. Second example that we are going to take, my dear children, is the example of is the example of, okay, the person. Another example, there's another guy, there is another Mr. Psycho, ठीक है, लेकिन इस मिस्टर साइको का मंथली इनकम है 1,00,000 रुपीज. कितना है बेटा? देयर इज अ मंथली इनकम ऑफ 1,00,000 रुपीज. तो 1,00,000 रुपए इनका इनकम है. इनका इनकम है सिर्फ 10,000. इनका इनकम कितना है? सिर्फ 10,000. इनका इनकम कितना है? देयर इज 1,00,000. इज देयर अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन इनकम? यस. If there is difference in income, will there be difference in expenditure also? Yes, simple. तो मैं यहाँ पे जरूर पॉइंट लिखूंगा. And the point is about different incomes is equal to different expenditures, and different expenditures and different incomes obviously gives rise to what? It gives rise to varied basic standard of living, BSL. Okay, so it is about basic standard of living. क्लियर एवरीबॉडी? जाहिर सी बात है, जिसका इनकम 1,00,000 है, कैन ही अफोर्ड टू बाय अ 5,000 रुपीज शर्ट फॉर हिज चाइल्ड? कैन ही अफोर्ड टू बाय अ 10,000 रुपीज साड़ी फॉर हिज वाइफ? कैन ही अफोर्ड टू बाय लेट्स से अ 50,000 रुपीज म्यूजिक सिस्टम इन हिज हाउस? यस, बिकॉज हिज इनकम इज मोर, एंड दिस इज व्हाई दे हैव सेड इट कंप्लीटली ओवर हियर, डिफरेंट पीपल डिफरेंट गोल्स. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस माय डियर फ्रेंड्स? यस. ओके. Now, income and other goals. Next topic that we are going to study is income and other goals. If you go over table 1 again, you will notice one common thing. What people desire are regular work, better wages and decent price for their crops. Simple. अगर आप लोगों की basic, भले कोई भी हो बच्चों, you take an example of Reliance Mukesh Ambani, the richest man in Asia. You take an example of the poorest unfortunate people that we see at the traffic signals, or you take an example of anybody. हर एक आदमी के हर एक individual के basic needs कौन से? What are the basic needs of that individual? The basic needs of that individual is food, clothing, shelter. Food, clothing and shelter are the basic needs. Food, clothing and shelter are the basic needs of every individual. Food, clothing and shelter are the basic needs of those individuals. इससे ऊपर तो कुछ नहीं है. Food, clothing and shelter के ऊपर there is nothing. Yes or no? Absolutely nothing. So we make sure that food, clothing and shelter are going to be the basic needs, or they are the basic needs of any person. Let's say even if the person is a middle class person, a poorest of the poorest, or even the richest of the person, सबके basic needs same है. उनके ऊपर जो भी करेंगे, those are going to be the different facts. Is that clear everybody? Yes. Besides seeking more income, one way or the other, people also seek things like equal treatment, freedom, security and respect of others. Yes. Do we treat even the poorest of the poor and the richest in the same platform? Yes, we should treat. Ideally हमारे देश में there's a lot of differentiation between the rich and the poor, black and white, बहुत चलता है. लेकिन फिर भी do our laws give us the basic criteria that treat everybody equally? Yes or no? Yes. They recent discrimination. All these are important goals. In fact, in some cases, these may be more important than more income. These may be more important than mere income or more consumption, because material goods are not all that you need to live. ठीक है, कुछ भी हो, लेकिन self respect is more important. Yes or no? If I am going in public and I am not treated equally by all the people around, do I say that this is or अगर मुझे कहते हैं let's say if I am not treated equally, but they are all trying to give me biscuits and chocolates and everything, am I going to be happy? No, because if I'm not treated equally, I deserve dignity, I deserve respect. That's what they say. Money or material things that one can buy with is one factor on which our life depends, but quality of our life also depends on non-material things mentioned above. पैसों से हम सब कुछ खरीद सकते हैं, बट पैसों से हम लोग इज्जत, पैसों से हम लोग प्यार, पैसों से हम लोग सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट नहीं खरीद सकते. So this is what the topic is trying to tell, that money gives us all material things, but it does not give us all non-material factors. It is not, if it is not obvious to you, then just think of the role of your friends in your life. You may desire their friendship similar. There are many things that are not easily measured, but they mean a lot to our lives. But these are often ignored. Okay, everybody. A demonstration meeting. आप नीचे देख रहे हो, demonstration meeting raising the height of Sardar Sarovar Dam on Narmada River. Yes, meetings क्यों? Now this thing, I'll tell you a story behind this. Okay, the height of dam raise करने के ऊपर there was a meeting. क्या हुआ था बेसिकली इन सम पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया, इन अ पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया सरदार सरोवर डैम जहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्ट हो रहा था ऑन द मध्य प्रदेश रिवर, ऑन द रिवर ऑफ नर्मदा, दैट इज ऑन एग्जैक्टली द बॉर्डर ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश महाराष्ट्र एंड विच जॉइंस इन गुजरात एंड मीट्स अरेबियन सी. इस रिवर के ऊपर द हाइट ऑफ द डैम कितनी होनी चाहिए उसके ऊपर बहुत सवाल उठा था. Because obviously local participants, local people, local villagers, local agricultural farmers, इन सब ने प्रोटेस्ट किया कि जितनी अगर हाइट रेस करेंगे तो हमको पानी नहीं मिलेगा. बिकॉज डैम की अगर हाइट जितनी बढ़ाते हैं उतने डैम में सैचुरेशन बढ़ता है, वाटर स्टोरेज लेवल्स इंक्रीजेस. और अगर वाटर स्टोरेज लेवल इंक्रीज होंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ वाटर इक्वल नहीं होगा. So these people demonstrated. So ऐसा हो सकता है. India is a country where demonstrations will take place because we are a nation of 133 crore और सबकी अपनी अपनी एक राय है. But end of the day हमको एक राय पकड़ के चलनी पड़ती है. Clear everybody? Yes. Next one. However, it will be wrong to conclude that what cannot be measured is not important. Consider another example. If you get a job in a far off place, before accepting, if you try to consider many factors apart from income, facilities for your family, working atmosphere, opportunities to learn. In other cases, a job may give you less pay, but all other facilities are there. Simple things. Similarly, for development, people look at a mix of goals. People क्या देखते हैं बेटा? People look at mix of goals. It is true that if women are engaged in paid work, their dignity in the household and society increases. However, it is also the case that if there is respect for women, there would be more sharing of housework and a greater acceptance of women working outside. जाहिर सी बात है, इंडिया हैज कम आउट ऑफ दिस बेसिक थिंग कि यार वुमेन बी गिवन द ओनली हाउस होल्ड वर्क. ना वुमेन मैनेज एवरीथिंग इन द हाउस, सब कुछ करते हैं, एज वेल एज दे मैनेज एवरीथिंग आउटसाइड एज वेल. सो दे डिजर्व फ्री एंड फेयर इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट. ओके एवरीबडी, यस. Let's take some basic question here and there. Okay, let's work it out. Why do different persons have different notions of development? Which of the following explanations is more important? Because people are different, because life situations of persons are different. हर एक की लाइफ अलग है, सबके लाइफ अलग है, सबके लाइफ में आने वाले situations अलग है. On that basis the development factors also differ. Let's say for example there was a simple common man जो last year 1000 रुपये earn कर रहा था बेचारा. He had to manage all the family members, but tomorrow he is earning 10,000 rupees. For him that can be growth and development. But for someone like let's say Shah Rukh Khan, earning 10,000 rupees per month would be nothing. He might be spending 10,000 rupees for a barber. So depending upon every person's different incomes and goals, the categories of growth and development also differ. Is that clear, my dear friends? Absolutely. Next one. Do the following two statements mean the same? People have different development goals. People have conflicting developmental goals. क्या दिया है? Do the following two statements mean the same? Justify. People have different developmental goals. People have conflicting developmental goals. दोनों statements अलग हैं. Different developmental goals मतलब अलग development. I do not have a car, I purchase a car. That's a different development goals. People have conflicting developmental goals. Whether to purchase a Honda City Model 1 or Honda City Model 2, दोनों मॉडल्स में कुछ अलग फीचर्स हैं, उसके ऊपर अगर लोग बहस करते हैं, that is conflicting developmental goals. Some people think that building a big house or buying a big house or using a big car will give them development. But they don't think about it. Investing is also good amount of development. Education can also be development. Some people say that I want to educate myself better, I want to develop in this fashion. That might be his development. But someone says I want to buy big cars and I want to enjoy my life only in buying good cars. That can be development for that fellow. So different goals, conflicting goals is what is this example. Clear everybody? Yes. Next one. Now, national development. If we have seen above, individuals see different goals, then their notion of national development is also likely to be different. Discuss among yourselves on what India should do for more development. Most likely, you will find that different students in the class have given different answers to the above questions. In fact, you might yourself understand or think about it. It is very important to keep in mind that different persons could have different as well as conflicting notions of countries' development. Coming back to our nation, you and me are quite well aware about 2014 से 2014 से इंडिया में क्या चल रहा है. Things are going good. Hopefully yes, hopefully no. Some people will say अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है. Some people will say, let's say for example, there are people called as पहली कैटेगरी के लोग आते हैं प्रो गवर्नमेंट, मतलब गवर्नमेंट के साथ चलने वाले, और दूसरी कैटेगरी के लोग आते हैं एंटी गवर्नमेंट. कौन से कैटेगरी के लोग आते हैं? एंटी गवर्नमेंट, विच मीन्स अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. यहाँ पे क्या दिया उन्होंने? इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कीप इन माइंड दैट डिफरेंट पर्संस कुड हैव डिफरेंट एज वेल एज कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग नोशंस ऑफ अ कंट्रीज डेवलपमेंट. हर एक के बारे में, कंट्री के डेवलपमेंट के बारे में अपनी अपनी खुद की अलग राय है. किन लोगों को लगेगा पहले की सरकार ने अच्छा काम किया, किन लोगों को लगे आज की सरकार अच्छा काम कर रही है. सम पीपल विल से दैट टुडेस गवर्नमेंट बाय ब्रिंगिंग इन न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स लाइक मेक इन इंडिया, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ, और इवन स्वच्छ भारत अभियान आर वर्किंग गुड. उनके लिए डेवलपमेंट फैक्टर ये अच्छी चीज है. तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन पीपल्स माइंडसेट, इवन द नेशंस दैट इज अ कंट्रीज डेवलपमेंट आल्सो डिफर्स एंड कैटेगराइजेस इन डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स. यस और नो? एब्सोल्युटली. Okay, now come to the next part over here, my dear friends. Okay, how to compare different countries or states. Simple. Every country एक अलग है, हर एक कंट्री के अलग फीचर्स हैं. उन्होंने वहां पे एक पॉइंट दिया है, वी कंपेयर एवरेज इनकम एंड द एवरेज इनकम इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज पर कैपिटा इनकम. जस्ट लेट मी मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग अ बिट इन डिटेल. ओके, let's say for example there is one country called India, our nation, our Bharat, India, and there is another country called, let's say, the superpower of the world today, that's America. Are the two countries different? Yes, both the countries are different on geographical platform. दोनों कंट्री geographical platform से बहुत अलग है. एक कंट्री है जो geographically is huge. India is a country with a geographical area of 32,87,263 square kilometer, and we are blessed with a coastline of 7,517 kilometer. ठीक है? As compared to this, America is exactly half, 50% of India, of course. और अमेरिका के only one side of America is having what is called as the water bodies also. इंडिया के दोनों साइड tapering bodies, one is Arabian Sea and the other is Bay of Bengal, is got water bodies. दोनों की physiographic divisions अलग है. लेकिन in spite of this, are the people in both the countries happy? Yes. क्या दोनों कंट्रीज में there is development of mankind? Yes. Is there a development of human race? Yes. But just that in America it might be at a higher pace because these Americans believe more on capitalist economy. India में थोड़ा कम है because we believe more on mixed economy. हमारी labor oriented economy because हमारे पे population ज़्यादा है. Simple. लेकिन in spite of countries being different, does the parameters of growth, average income, per capita income are different? Yes, they are different. लेकिन पैरामीटर्स तो है ना. कैन कैलकुलेट ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट दोनों कंट्रीज में देखी जाती है. अमेरिका में अगर किसी आदमी के पास 1 से 2 कार हो गए 2 साल में, इंडिया में किसी आदमी के पास कार ही नहीं लेकिन उसके पास 2 साल में 1 कार आ गई. Is that growth and development for an Indian? Yes. But is that also growth and development for an American? Yes, because पैरामीटर्स अलग है, कैटेगरी अलग है, लेकिन ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट एस्पेक्ट ये पॉइंट सेम रहता है. क्लियर एवरीबडी? Yes. Let's get to the next part. Usually we take one or more important characteristics of persons and compare them on these characteristics. This is true of development too. For comparing countries, their income is considered to be one of the most important attributes. से important है बच्चों. Okay, country के important attributes में उनका income आता है. Okay, India का per capita income is somewhere about 500 to 1500 rupees per month. Okay, that's of average per capita income. वैसे ही US का per capita income is round about 20,000 rupees per month, 20,000 to 40,000 rupees per month. ये यूएस का पर कैपिटा इनकम है. You can understand the difference. इनकम कम ज्यादा हो सकता है, लेकिन डेवलपमेंट एंड ग्रोथ in different countries is always, or it has to be measured. Okay, everybody? Yes. In World Development Report 2006 brought out by the World Bank, this criteria is used in classifying countries. Countries with per capita income of rupees 4,53,000 with per capita income of rupees 4,53,000, okay, per annum and above in 2004 are called rich countries. ये ध्यान दो बच्चों, ये आपको MCQ के लिए आ सकता है. Countries with per capita income of 4,53,000 rupees per annum and above in 2004 are called as rich countries, and those with per capita income of 37,000 or less are called as low income countries. Okay, are called as low income countries. India comes in category of low income because हमारे यहाँ पे 2004 के सेंसस के मुताबिक पर कैपिटा इनकम इज 28,000, जो अभी 2015-16 अगर आप फाइनेंशियल ईयर देखोगे तो उसमें दिस फिगर हैज गॉन अप टू 35,000 रुपीज पर एनम. दैट्स इट. लेकिन फिर भी क्या हम लोग लो इनकम कैटेगरी कंट्री में आते हैं? क्या आते हैं? अगर पर एनम ही अपना इनकम सिर्फ 35,000 रुपीज, इज दैट वेरी लेस? यस. अरे लोग यहाँ पे 35,000 के मंथली इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करते हैं. 35,000 लोगों की इनकी सैलरी रहती है मंथली. This is the difference. Okay, the rich countries, excluding countries of Middle East and other small countries, are generally called as developed nations. My dear friends, always remember, nations are categories on three bases. Number one, okay, which are called as developed countries. Number one, बेटा इसमें दूसरी कंट्री आती है called as डेवलपिंग कंट्री, और तीसरी आती है यहाँ पे लेस डेवलप्ड. ओके, लेस डेवलप्ड और इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज पुअर कंट्री. डेवलप कैटेगरी में आते हैं इंडिया, डेवलप कैटेगरी में आते हैं यूके, यूएसए, रशिया, विच आर कॉल्ड एज ह्यूज इकोनॉमी, जिनकी इकोनॉमी बहुत बड़ी है. ठीक है. लेकिन डेवलपिंग कैटेगरीज में आते हैं कंट्रीज लाइक इंडिया, बांग्लादेश, ब्राजील, चाइना. ओके, I just made a small mistake, please understand. Developed countries में रशिया नहीं आते. रशिया forms a part of our BRICS organization. Developed categories में you can have an example of France as well. Okay, रशिया. इसलिए डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज के खुद की हमारी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी है, हमारा एक सेटअप है called as BRICS nation. BRICS में क्या क्या आता है? ब्राजील, रशिया, इंडिया, चाइना एंड SS South Africa. Clear everybody? Yes. And less developed countries, extremely poor. There is a country called as Pakistan, which is extremely poor. There are some nations in South Africa, small countries, लेकिन इनका इनकम ही इतना कम है, less than 15,000 per annum, which are called as extremely poor nations. Clear everybody? So these are the categories of the nations based on their income. जितना income है उसके indirectly dependent, directly dependent आपका expenditure होने वाला है. Clear everybody? Yes. The next part is about your average income. और average income के साथ आता है अपना income and other criteria. Okay, we'll be seeing this in the next part of the video. So for understanding this, make it one thing. Part 1 of this topic deals with introduction, जो मैंने आपको पहले दिया है, what is economy, what is growth and what is development. Second part talks about developmental categories, जैसे इंडिया में हमने consider किया है, and we have compared India with America as well, which defines more about GDP and per capita income. Different incomes, different expenditure, different people, different goals, different understanding of income, different understanding of expenses also. That's why income and goals differ from person to person. Clear everybody? Thank you so much. Stay tuned with the third part of this topic as well. Thank you. Okay, so coming back to the next things, we have studied till now what exactly comes under the income, growth and development, and we've also studied the last of the basic point in this topic, that is about depending upon different incomes, even the life or even the standard of living of the people differ. And we have taken this very nice example. Okay, we took an example of a person who is, let's say for example, again I'm doing this, what is called as basic standard of living. ठीक है, So in the basic standard of living, it is very important to understand one thing. What we have studied, I'm trying to brief it out in a simple example. So ये example जो है बच्चों, this is what is important criteria. What is the basic example over here? In basic standard of living, it is important to understand what. Let's say for example, there is person 1 and there is person 2. Person 1 earns rupees 10,000 and person 2 earns rupees 30,000. Both are earning or having this income per month. तो जाहिर सी बात है, इट्स a simple understanding that a person with an income of rupees 10,000 will have lesser purchasing power parity. PPP उनकी कैसे होने वाली बेटा? This is going to be less. Now what is PPP? Purchasing power parity, जिसका मतलब है एक्सपेंडिचर करने की क्षमता. The how much are you able to expend out of your income being earned is called as PPP. That's simple. That's number one. Obviously, that's going to be lesser compared with person who's earning an income of rupees 30,000, because higher the income, simple है, higher the income, okay, higher the income, higher would be the expenditure capacity. Higher the income, higher the expenditure capacity. That's number one. Okay, number second, जितना इनकम ज्यादा है उतना ही बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग भी अच्छा होने वाला है. सिंपल. ओके, लेट्स टेक अनदर प्राइम एग्जांपल. व्हाट आई मीन ओवर हियर इज बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग. We all know there is a typical food item from Pune, specifically from Maharashtra as such, but from Pune to be very precise, and that is bakarwadi. Okay, so I'm writing over here. Let's take this basic food item. This bakarwadi, if we try and purchase from Chitade, this is available for 260 rupees a kg. कितनी available है बेटा? This is for 260 rupees a kg. But if we go from any other store, okay, any other sweet store, so this is available for rupees around 150, 160 or max to max for 200. But yet people prefer 260 rupees a kg. But at the same time, people जिनका income उतना नहीं है, can they afford purchasing bakarwadi of 260 rupees a kg? And the answer is no. On the similar platform, people who are having lesser income, they can afford a bakarwadi, but not the bakarwadi which is being manufactured by Chitades. They can eat it from any other sweet mart, and that which is available for 150 or 160 or even 200 rupees a kg, that is what they can afford. So depending upon your income, आपकी expenditures भी उसमें ही dependent है. Indirectly they are dependent upon the same. And number second, those are also inversely relation or inversely proportion with the standard of living that we all are promoting. Clear everybody? That's it. Next one, average incomes. This is what is about average income. We have studied what is the meaning of average income. Average का मतलब है on an epitome level or an approximate level. There are people earning an income of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Someone earns 1 lakh. Someone earns 2 lakh. There is someone who earns 5 lakh. Then there is someone again who earns rupees 3 lakh. So depending upon this, उसमें जो एवरेज निकालते हैं, that is called as average income. The basic formula, my dear friends, for average income is, the basic formula for average income is total income. What is the basic formula? The basic formula is total income divided by the number of people. Clear everybody? This gives us the basic formula, or this gives us the basic representation for average income. Clear everybody? Yes. So this is about your average income. Next ones. Okay, please be very calm and quiet. We are doing everything from the textbook. Nothing is apart from the textbook. Now, income and other criteria. क्या question है? Income and other criteria. The simple understanding is income and other criteria. What is the meaning of income and other criteria? When we looked at individual aspirations, okay, and goals, we found that people not only think of better income but also have such goals such as security, respect for others, equal treatment, freedom, etc. in mind. Similarly, when we think of a nation or region, we may, besides average income, think of other equally important attributes. Okay, जाहिर सी बात है, is income or is money everything to live life? To an extent, yes, पैसा सबके लिए पैसा is important factor, but at the end of the day, apart from money as well, there are other factors which contribute for a better living and a better pattern of trying to manage our lives. This is about emotion, this is about security, this is about self-respect. So there are two aspects how we manage our life. So there are two aspects where life is managed or looked upon. Number one aspect about life is of course our income, okay, is of course our income, which means the money that we have with us, number one. And number second aspect about life is also other apart from money. पैसों से अलावा कौन सी चीजें अपनी जिंदगी बनाती है? It is the things like emotions, it is about security, okay, it is about better health. So these things are the facets which contribute towards a better standard of living as well. Money is just a part of life, it is not life. This is what is being talking about. Now table 1.3 gives the per capita income of Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. What is the meaning over here? Punjab, Kerala and Bihar is the per capita income. My dear friends, we have seen what is the meaning of per capita income. Per capita income का मतलब है, you have seen over here, the average income is also called as per capita income. So average income is equal to per capita income. So we'll just have a simple point which is to be written over here. Okay, I'm just making it clear. Average income is equal to per capita income. Average income is equal to per capita income. Simple understanding. Per capita income मतलब on an average how much is every citizen of a nation earning. It might be more for countries which are developed like foreign countries or European nations to be very precise. It might be less for Asian countries. It might be on a mediocre level for Southeast Asian organizations like South Asia. It might be somewhere about very low in extremely poor countries in South America and Africa as well. So depending upon on an average how much a person earns per month and indirectly per annum is what is categorized as our per capita income. Clear everybody? So this is point number 2 of this part. Simple. We have seen over here domestic product of beer. Actually these figures are of per capita net domestic product at current prices. Let us ignore that this complicated term exactly means. Roughly we can take it to be per capita income of the state. We find that 3. Punjab has highest per capita income, Bihar is at the bottom. This means that on an average a person in Punjab earned 26,000 per year, whereas in Bihar a person earned only 5,500 per year. So Punjab will be considered to be a better developed state. Always remember, per capita income is characterized on per annum income. It is characterized on which income? It is characterized on per annum income. Clear everybody? Yes. Next one. Okay, other factors which talk about how well a country is developed. ठीक है, please be very cautious and understand. अभी तक हमने देखा है कि every country or the growth and the development parameters of a country are dependent upon money. So higher the incomes, better would be the standard of living of the people in the country. But बच्चों, apart from this, there is something which is important to understand. और क्या है important point to understand? The important point is to understand the other parameters which make living better in a country. So please, I'm writing it over here. Please make sure that you are with me. Okay. So these are other approximate parameters. These are other approximate parameters which decide the life, or better would be quality of life. Better would be quality of life in each country. Quality of life in each country. So this is important to understand. Very simple. What are the other options which decide the quality of life in a country? We'll see this now. Okay. The other options which decide the parameters in a country or the quality of life is infant mortality rate per 1,000. दूसरा है लिटरेसी रेट 2001, तीसरा है नेट अटेंडेंस रेशियो फॉर क्लास 1 to 5. What is the meaning over here? In Punjab, infant mortality rate is 49, Kerala and Bihar similarly is a literacy rate, okay, and similarly is net attendance ratio. So in simple terms, what is the meaning of IMR? Indicates the number of children. Infant mortality rate it indicates the number of children that die before the age of year as proportion of 1000 live children born in that particular year, which means number 1 indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1. In simple terms, infant mortality rate का मतलब है children, the number of children dying at the time of birth or even before completion of 1 year of their birth. इसका मतलब है IMR, infant mortality rate. तो जाहिर सी बात है, क्या बच्चे पैदा होते ही जब when they die, is that a good sign, or they live a better life? They sustain that first year of their life and they go on to live a good number of years of their life. What is good? Children dying at the time of birth is good, or children living good even after birth, even after 1 year of their birth is good? Of course the second option, right? So we don't feel good कि अगर हमारे देश में पैदा होते ही बच्चे मरते हैं because of poor medical facilities or because of poor quality of life, then that is going to be a very dangerous and alarming sign for we as a nation. Literacy rate measures the proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age group. Proportion of literate population in the age group of 7 and above age group. So ये भी अच्छा होना important है. Now children, there is a difference between literacy, okay, there is a difference between literacy is not equal to education. ठीक है, दोनों में फर्क है. और फर्क क्या है? लिटरेसी का मतलब है people or children who are at least able to read and write well. That is called as being literate. And educated is when a person has a formal degree of education. That's called as education. Clear everybody? Yes. Next one. Net attendance ratio is the total number of children of age group 6 to 10 attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Percentage of total number of children मतलब 6 से 10 साल के उम्र तक कितने बच्चे स्कूल में जाते हैं out of the total population. Given an example, I'm explaining, don't worry. ठीक है. What is the meaning over here? Children, which is called as net attendance ratio, NAR. What they have meant, or what is the meaning over here? People, children between age group of 6 to 10 years, between the age group of 6 to 10 years, okay, who are actually attending school, out of the total age group of 6 to 10. मतलब 6 से 10 साल के एज ग्रुप में जितने भी बच्चे हैं, let's say for example between 6 to 10 years there are total, for example there are total 1000 children. कितने बच्चे हैं? there are total 1000 children. लेकिन इस 1000 में से only 800 students on an average go to school. So it is net attendance ratio कितना है? That is 800 divided by 1000. In simple terms, gone. So it's simple understanding, okay? Simple multiplied by 100. So whatever is the ratio which comes, that is called as net attendance ratio. Out of the total children living between the age group of 6 to 10 years, उसमें से how much proportion go to the school and regularly attend the school is called as net attendance ratio. Clear everybody? Yes. Okay. So we go for the next part over here now, my dear children, is about the next understanding is, और ऊपर के टेबल में क्या दिखाया है? Which is the most developed or proximate state? केरला में infant mortality rate भी बहुत कम है, which is a good sign. So children live even more than 1 year. They don't die at the time of birth, which is not a good sign actually. लिटरेसी रेट भी केरला में बहुत अच्छा 91% है। नेट अटेंडेंस रेशियो फॉर क्लास 1 to 5 दैट इज 1995 to 96 के बीच में भी अच्छा था उनका 91। नाउ दिस नेट अटेंडेंस रेशियो ऑफ केरला करंटली इज 96 विच इज एब्सोल्युटली गुड। सो इन ऑन एन एवरेज केरला में सबसे अच्छा है और सबसे पुअर इज इन द स्टेट ऑफ बिहार विच इज 60, 40 and 41। सो इवन इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट चिल्ड्रन डाइंग एट द टाइम ऑफ बर्थ इन बिहार इज मोस्ट, लिटरेसी रेट भी उनका बहुत कम है और नेट अटेंडेंस रेशियो ये भी बहुत कम है। आइडियली क्या होना चाहिए, इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट शुड बी लोवेस्ट एंड लिटरेसी रेट एंड नेट एडवांस अटेंडेंस रेशियो शुड बी एट द हाईएस्ट लेवल। क्लियर एवरीबडी? यस। नेक्स्ट वन। Okay, now public facilities, this is one more part. This public facilities can also be understood, okay, this public facilities can also be understood, or to be very clear, this public facilities can also be called as basic infrastructure facilities. Okay, basic infrastructure facilities. In simple terms, tell me, all of we go out, हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं, yes, we roam around on roads, कभी कभी ट्रैवल करते वक्त we take a flight, we opt for flight options also, एयरलाइन से ट्रैवल करते हैं, वेरी सिंपल। कभी कभी हम ऐसा भी होता है we use the public transport like bus, railways, सिंपल। इन सबको हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, we call them as public facilities। जो सरकार ने हमारे लिए रोड बांध के दिया, दैट्स अ पब्लिक फैसिलिटी। जो सरकार ने हमारे लिए एक फ्लाईओवर बांध के दिया, दैट्स अ पब्लिक फैसिलिटी। हमारे लिए सरकार ने मेट्रो प्रोजेक्ट किया, दैट्स पब्लिक फैसिलिटी। सो ये सब क्या है, फैसिलिटीज विच आर मेड अवेलेबल फॉर पब्लिक। किनके लिए बेटा, फॉर पब्लिक, for their use, for their benefit is called as a public facility. Okay, now how is it that the average person in Punjab has more income than the average person in Kerala but lags behind in these crucial areas? The reason is money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. So income by itself is not a complete adequate indicator of material goods and services that citizens are able to use. For example, normally your money cannot buy you a pollution-free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines unless you can afford to shift to a community that already has all these things. Zahir si baat hai. What have they given over here? Income by itself is not a complete adequate indicator of material goods and services for citizens. For example, normally your money cannot buy you a pollution-free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines unless you can afford to shift to a community that already has all these things. Money may also not be able to protect you from infectious diseases. मैंने पहले भी कहा था, money can buy you material goods. Money, पैसा है आपके पास, if you have money, money can get you goods, money can get you luxury living, agreed, but money cannot guarantee definitely is what is a pollution free environment, जिसको हम लोग क्वालिटी कहते हैं ना, वो money cannot buy us. Money cannot buy also what is called as unadulterated goods, absolutely, because for that a society needs to be developed better. अगर society में सब literate लोग हैं तो of course there will be less pollution, there will be ethical behavior, और ethical behavior होगा तो ही society progress करेगी, yes or no? Yes. So if you have money, that does not mean you have everything. It might happen that पैसा थोड़ा कम है लेकिन standard of living, quality of living, the air that people breathe in the locality, the amount of environmental hazards the people face might be less, so they might live a better life. So this is why it's called as basic public facilities. में ये point दिया है. Okay, next ones. Of course, now able to study because of many children also want to study, and because there many people believe that government schools, open schools and provide other facilities so that all children also have, even education forms a part of it. Money cannot buy education. Education is based upon knowledge, and knowledge is possible in an environment which believes that literacy is an important need of an art. Okay, yes. Next one, Kerala has low infant mortality rate because it has adequate provision of public health and educational facilities. Simple ध्यान दो, let's say for example, okay, let's say I'm giving a simple example. This is our Pune city, okay, or this is let's say our state of Maharashtra. Okay, यहाँ पे there are a lot of Scorpio cars है, लोगों के पास Fortuners हैं, Mercedes है, BMW है, ठीक है, ठीक है, पीपल हैव लॉट मैनी, पीपल की प्रॉपर्टी बहुत है, बड़े बड़े बंगलो हैं, सबके पास सब कुछ है, बट जिस टाइम पे अपने को लगता है वी नीड एन इमरजेंसी हॉस्पिटल सेंटर, वी नीड अ प्रॉपर पब्लिक सैनिटेशन फैसिलिटीज, वही अवेलेबल नहीं है. कैन आर स्टेट बी कॉल्ड एज अ डेवलप्ड स्टेट? एंड द आंसर इज क्लियरली नो. सो मनी इज nowhere directly or indirectly or inversely linked with better standard of living. Clear everybody? Yes. In some states, the public distribution system functions well. What is public distribution system? Which means ration shops. Does not ration shops home? Yeah, a distribution system or a system being opted by the central government or the state government for benefiting the people in general is called as public distribution system. तो ऐसा होता है which is called a subsidy system also. Public distribution system में वो होता है which means what? That people below poverty line are given an option by the government to purchase goods from specific shops which give products to the people at a cheaper rate. Please understand this concept. I'm explaining a very important concept to all of you. Please don't lose your concentration. Understand. What is the meaning of public distribution system? A public distribution system का मतलब क्या है? In simpler terms, this is a system, okay? A system by the government, okay? For the government, okay? That is for the people. That is for the people. Okay. Now ये system में होता क्या है? In public distribution system, okay, number 1, number 2, goods are available for people with रेशन कार्ड. ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है बेटा, ठीक है? फॉर द पीपल विद रेशन कार्ड. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ रेशन कार्ड? दिस वेलकम्स मी टू अ कंसेप्ट कॉल्ड एज पॉवर्टी लाइन. इंडिया में there is a line being demarcated or a line being denoted or an indicator being stated by the central government जिसके ऊपर रहने वाले लोगों को कहा जाता है APLF, अबव पॉवर्टी लाइन फैमिलीज. APLF का मतलब क्या है? अबव पॉवर्टी लाइन फैमिलीज. और जो लोग ये पैरामीटर, ये जो एक एवरेज लाइन है, इनके नीचे रहते हैं, इनको कहा गया है बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन फैमिली. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन families. Okay, everybody. Now, APLF and BPLF are the two types of families being understood by the government. जो लोग मिनिमम इनकम अर्न करते हैं and they can afford at least the basic needs of a human race, that's food, clothing and shelter, those are called as APLF families. लेकिन जो लोग ये भी अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं, those are called as BPLF families. Now, गवर्नमेंट ने BPLF families के लिए ये रेशन कार्ड सिस्टम शुरू की है और गिविंग और पब्लिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम इनके लिए है, which is called or which is providing such BPLF families all the possible facilities at the cheapest rate, right from rice, jowar, bajra till the other facilities as well, even the education at the cheapest rate. But such families have to show it to the government through their ration card. Now, what is a ration card? Ration card is similar to an Aadhaar giving an identity, but ration card is based upon the income levels. To the government को दिखाना पड़ता है कि गवर्नमेंट हमारा इतना इतना इनकम है, वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड एनीथिंग, प्लीज सपोर्ट अस. और ऐसी फैमिलीज को जो गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट करती है, दिस सपोर्ट इज मेड थ्रू अ सिस्टम एंड दैट सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज पब्लिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरी सिस्टम. क्लियर एवरीबडी? कंप्लीट. यस. नेक्स्ट. Okay, now next thing we are going to study is human development report. सबसे important है human development report. It is being given by WHO. Human development report is being circulated by WHO. WHO का मतलब है World Health Organization. That's number 1. Okay, now what is the meaning of WHO? Okay, once it is realized that even though the level of income is important, it is an inadequate measure to the of the level of development, we begin to think of other criteria. वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने बेटा क्या किया है, हर एक कंट्री को HDI एक पैरामीटर दिया है, ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स, या उसको ह्यूमन, और उसके ऊपर जो रिपोर्ट आता है दैट्स कॉल्ड एज ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट. सो फर्स्ट पैरामीटर विच गवर्नमेंट हैज गिवन इज HDI. HDI का मतलब है ह्यूमन, HDI का मतलब है ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स. ओके, नंबर 1. और इसके आधार पर जो गवर्नमेंट का एक रिपोर्ट आता है, दिस रिपोर्ट इज कॉल्ड एज HDR, ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट. क्लियर एवरीबॉडी? तो व्हाट इज दिस? हर एक देश के अपार्ट फ्रॉम मनी देयर आर ऑल्सो अदर पैरामीटर्स विच अंडरस्टैंड हाउ बेटर अ कंट्री इज. इसके लिए हम एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं नॉर्वे एंड इंडिया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, you know, a person on an average, a person in Norway lives for 90 plus years on an average. ठीक है, on an average a person in Norway earns minimum 3 to 4 lakh rupees per annum. This is on an average. Okay, but India में that's not even less, that's not even close to Norway. On an average a person in India lives around 60 to 65 years and even the income is absolutely poor, absolutely less. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसी की बदौलत, because of this only, people in India have a poor, or Indian economy as such represent lower HDI compared to Norway. Human development, yeah, humans living life की capacity or human living, how better is human living in India? It is obviously lesser as compared to countries like Norway, Finland. That's for example, even France, UK, USA, any European country में. So depending upon every country's economic stability and every country's development report, this HDI is based upon. Okay, now understand. Okay, even on an average in Norway people are learned better than any other country in the world today. इसलिए ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट पब्लिश बाय UNDP. UNDP का मतलब क्या है? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ UNDP? UNDP का मतलब है यूनाइटेड, ओके, नेशंस Nations Development Program. Okay, published by UNDP, compares countries based on educational levels of the people, their health status and per capita income. It would be interesting to look at certain relevant data regarding India as per Human Development Report. यहाँ पे दिया है per capita income, okay, life expectancy, literacy rate, gross enrollment ratio, okay, and HDI rank in world. देखो इंडिया का कितना है? इंडिया का 3139 इज पर कैपिटा इनकम इन US डॉलर्स. ओके, तो US डॉलर्स के हिसाब से दिस इज 3139 US डॉलर्स मल्टीप्लाइड बाय इंडियन रुपी. आज की तारीख में इट इज 60 फॉर एग्जाम्पल. तो लेट्स सिंपली टेक 6 3s. ओके, सो ऑन एन एवरेज 3139 को मल्टीप्लाई करके देखते हैं. इफ हैव टू कन्वर्ट इन इंडियन रुपीज, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी एन आंसर फॉर इट? 313, okay, 3139 multiplied by 60. So on an average it is 1,88,340 Indian rupees. Beta, this much is an Indian person on an average earning. ठीक है, life expectancy on an average an Indian lives for 64 years. Literacy rate for 15 years plus population 61 है. ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट 60 है. एंड HDI रैंक इन द वर्ल्ड 126. मतलब वी आर द वन, मतलब सीक्वेंस में हम लोग 126 रैंक में आते हैं बिकॉज आर HDI इज दैट पोअर. एंड HDI इज बेस्ड ऑन विच इंडिकेटर्स माय डियर फ्रेंड्स? HDI इज बेस्ड अपॉन हेल्थ, it's based upon education, it's based upon medical services, it's based upon quality of environment. ये इंडिकेटर्स हमेशा ध्यान में रखो. इट्स बेस्ड अपॉन क्वालिटी ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. सो हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, मेडिकल एंड मेडिसिन फैसिलिटीज, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. दिस सिंपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, इतना अगर है तो ऑब्वियसली इंडिया रैंक्स वेरी पुअर इन टर्म्स ऑफ HDI. और कितना है HDI? ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स इज इन अबव टेबल आउट ऑफ 177 कंट्रीज. तो 177 कंट्रीज में से इंडिया का रैंक 126 है. इज इट अ गुड साइन और अ बैड साइन? इट्स वेरी बैड. यू नो, फिनलैंड, नॉर्वे आर फर्स्ट और सेकंड, एंड वेयर इज इंडिया? I'm not saying anything about our nation, but we need to see as citizens, we need to ourselves grow better and we need to ourselves develop better as well. Next one. What is the meaning of gross enrollment ratio? Gross enrollment ratio for 3 levels means enrollment ratio for primary, secondary and higher education school for beyond secondary school. ये भी अच्छा होना चाहिए. अगर लोग प्राइमरी एजुकेशन तक ही पढ़ते हैं लेकिन सेकेंडरी और फाइनल और हायर एजुकेशन में नहीं जाते, इज दैट अ बैड साइन और अ गुड साइन? इट्स ऑब्वियसली गोइंग टू बी अ बैड साइन. Per capita income is calculated in dollars for all countries so it can be compared. It is also done in a way so that every dollar would buy the same amount of goods and services in any country. Okay, now ideally एक आपका डाउट क्लियर कर देता हूँ. Ideally for comparing economic status and financial positions we always believe in, or ideally a US dollar is taken into consideration. So because that's a what you can say a constant thing that is taken for. So any country's parameters are based on US dollars because US is the superpower of the economies of the world today. Okay, let's get back to the next. Isn't it surprising a small country in our neighborhood, Sri Lanka, is much ahead of India in every respect, and a big country like ours has a low rank? Of course, much improvements have been suggested in calculating HDI and many other components have been done. Okay, now sustainability of development. We'll be looking for this part that is called as sustainability of development. Now, what is the meaning of sustainability of development, and understand why this is so through the following example. What is the meaning of sustainability of development? Whichever we may define development, suppose for the present that a particular country is quite developed, but something like this level of development to go up further or at least be maintained for future generations. This is obviously desirable. However, since the second half of the 20th century, a number of scientists have been warning that the present type and levels of development are not sustainable. In simple, sustainable development का मतलब क्या है? सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का मतलब ये है अ डेवलपमेंट विच कैन बी continued, or development which can go on or which can sustain for years and years to come. मतलब ऐसी development which can keep on developing and developing, which can go only higher up the order, which can keep on ascending. ऐसा ना हो कि आज के लिए डेवलपमेंट की और कल कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. And such developments are a higher risk in India because हम लोग क्या देख रहे हैं, ऐसा जनरल इकोनॉमिस्ट और इकोनॉमिक और ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेटर्स जो है, एक्सपर्ट्स जो है, इनका मानना है. क्या है इनका मानना? कि हम लोग ऐसे डेवलपमेंट देख रहे हैं और वी आर ट्राइंग टू डेवलप इन सच अ मैनर कि अब प्रेजेंट के बारे में सोच रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट द फ्यूचर. ठीक है, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हम लोग देख रहे हैं, वी हैव बीन सीइंग द लॉट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ सीमेंट रोड्स इन द सिटी. यस और नो? यस, इट्स अ गुड आइडिया. सीमेंट रोड, उसको देर आर नो पॉट होल्स विच कम अपॉन सीमेंट रोड. बहुत क्वालिटेटिव है, इट्स वेरी फर्म, इट्स वेरी स्टेबल फॉर लाइफ. मतलब 50, 60, 70 ईयर्स के लिए देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम ऑन दैट सीमेंट रोड एंड एवरीथिंग. एग्री. बट डू वी नो दैट वेदर इट इज सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट और नो? हमको क्या लगता है, अरे वाह सीमेंट रोड कंस्ट्रक्ट किया है, सीमेंट रोड built, nothing is going to happen now, we are all developed. No, like in cement road has got its disadvantages. You know what? Cement is such a thing which produces lot of heat. So if you must have observed, cement road gives a lot of heat. इसलिए आजकल गर्मी बढ़ रही है, one of the signs of global warming. दूसरा, cement road does not sip water. मतलब water absorption capacity उनकी बहुत less है, because of which जो borewells which are formed into the deep into the earth surface, how इट रेन्स, रेन वाटर जो होता है वो नॉर्मल रोड पे परकोलेट होता है, दैट्स गोस आउट टू फॉर्म द बोरवेल सिस्टम्स. ये भी नहीं होने वाले. सो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का मतलब है ऐसी डेवलपमेंट जो आपको लाइफ टाइम के लिए यूज हो जाए. ऐसी डेवलपमेंट नहीं विच कैन help you in better life for few years and again you come back to zero. This is not called as sustainable development. Clear everybody? So we as a nation should think about not just development but sustainable development. Development for a longer duration of time. I'm writing it over here. Development for longer duration. Okay, this is called as sustainable development. Is that fine, everybody? Okay, yes, that's number 1 over here. Next one, groundwater levels in India. ये बढ़नी चाहिए. And how will they increase if we let rainwater percolate better? Yes or no? Yes. Of course, even at the time, another example for this would be हमारा farming, which is highly in demand because हमारा क्या हो रहा है, population is growing, demand is high because population is also high. तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, we go on cultivating the same land again and again, again and again. What happens because of this? At one point of time, land loses its fertility. Land क्या करता है, land अपनी खुद की जो fertility है loses its own fertility. Clear everybody? Resulting into which sustainable development is never possible. Clear everybody? Yes. So they have taken various examples over here also. Okay, nothing much similar. Crude oil, अरे essentials crude oil करने के लिए let's believe in natural. जो नेचुरल है उसको हम लोग अच्छे से यूटिलाइज करना चाहिए. द मोर द मैन मेड थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू बी ट्रबलसम फॉर इवन लाइफ ऑफ द सिटीजन्स. ओके, consequences of environmental degradation do not respect national or state boundaries. This issue is no longer region or nation specific. End of the day we can only say that अगर हमको डेवलप होना है and we need to grow as a developing nation, we need to see to it that we are able to develop in a sustainable development for a longer duration, for a longevity of our life and not for time bound. Because always remember, my dear friends, development is or development should be for longevity and not short time. Development is or should be for longevity and not for short time. Clear everybody? That's it. So this was about a topic called as understanding of economic development, and the first part that we have studied. So in this topic we have seen very clearly what is the meaning of growth and what is the meaning of development. Then we came about with the concept called as average incomes on an average of the citizens of the nation. This defines our per capita income as well. On this backdrop, we have seen that money is not necessary for living a better life. Even the other facets come over here, and other facets of security, health, medicines and everything. Okay, at the same time we have studied with the concept of infant mortality rate, literacy rate, and number third is net attendance ratio. Infant mortality rate जितना कम उतना अच्छा है, literacy rate maximum students or maximum people being literate, and net attendance ratio people between the age group of 6 to 10 who are enrolled in school or who have been attending the school on a regular basis out of the total population, which is between the age group of 6 to 10 years that we have seen. Then we have seen something called as sustainable development. उसके पहले हमने देखा है public facilities. What comes in public facilities? Things which come apart from money for the betterment of people. Let's call as public facilities. जिसके हमने देखा basic infrastructure facilities. Okay. Then we have also seen what is called as sustainable development. सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट पहले हमने देखा ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स, और एंड ऑन दैट बेसिस देयर इज ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट, ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स एंड ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट. अ रिपोर्ट बेस्ड ऑन HDI इज ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट. यूनाइटेड नेशंस डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, दैट इज UNDP ने, जो UN की खुद की एक बॉडी है, इन्होंने कहा है कि अपार्ट फ्रॉम मनी योर HDI ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स डिपेंड्स अपॉन एजुकेशन, जो हमने यहाँ पे इंडिकेटर्स लिखे हैं, हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. Clear everybody? So this is what was about it. Then development which is possible for longevity or for lifetime is called as sustainable development. Clear? And on this basis we should see to it that we do not misuse or take extreme usage and try and explore the factors which are available in the most unwanted manner, just because we as mankind need to develop better. Okay? Any doubts, please show the comments below. Okay, I'm always available. Keep learning, keep studying. God bless you. Thank you.